Welcome to Talk Sports. Please subscribe, share, like, comment, thanks. Kai Havertz first interview Havertz on dreaming of Chelsea as a kid and developing a goal threat from midfield like Lampard. As one of the most sought-after young players in Europe, Kai Havertz has never been short of suitors, but it is the Premier League, and Chelsea in particular, that has been on the young German's mind ever since he was a child. Following a decade at Bayer Leverkusen, Havertz completed what he has described as a dream move this summer by joining Frank Lampard's exciting, evolving squad at Stamford Bridge. It was a transfer that took a little while to complete, but once Chelsea's interest in him became apparent, the 21-year-old only ever had eyes for West London. "I was dreaming as a kid to play in the Premier League and to play for Chelsea as well, because for me Chelsea is a very big club and one of the best in the world," said Havertz in a press conference at Cobham. "I always dreamed to play in a league like that, and for me the dream came true very early because I'm just 21. I watched the Premier League as a kid very often with my brother and my parents, so it seems a little unreal for me and my family that I'm now sitting here and playing for a club like Chelsea." Lampard's influence in our summer recruitment has been widely noted, and Havertz confessed to being a longtime admirer of our record goalscorer. While some of their midfield attributes may vary, as Lampard himself outlined recently, the desire to score and create goals evidently burns brightly in the boy from the border city of Aachen. "I watched many games of him as a kid and I loved him as a player," Havertz commented on Lampard. "He was one of the biggest players in England of his time. He likes the way I play as a midfielder, to go into the box trying to score goals and make assists. It helps a lot to have a manager who played for such a long time in the Premier League and in the national team. He can give me tips and I think he will help me a lot to become a better football player, so I'm very excited that he's my manager now." After making his debut in Monday's 3-1 win at Brighton, Lampard reiterated that his new midfielder and the rest of our summer recruits should be afforded a little time to adapt to new surroundings, particularly given the unusually brief period between seasons this year. Havertz's first run-out in blue came just 10 days after his switch from Leverkusen to London, and with just a few training sessions at Cobham under his belt. He knows there are big expectations on his shoulders, but admits a period of adaptation will be required before he is fully at his best. "The Premier League always had the best players in the world, so I'm very glad to be here now and to play against or with these players," he added. "It took a long time, but I'm just very happy to be here and I've settled in very well. Chelsea is a very big club and I know this already, but for me it was a big step to come to another country, another culture, another language. It's very different than before and it will take some weeks to adapt, but I'm looking forward to it. Havertz, I'm not worried about the price tag," said Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz insists he will be unfazed by his big money move from Leverkusen to London, insisting the only pressure he places on himself is to give everything and focus on the football. The German midfielder completed his transfer earlier this month and made his debut against Brighton in our Premier League opener on Monday night. Speaking at a press conference at Cobham, the 21-year-old claimed significant transfer fees were part of modern football and players simply had to deal with the expectations they brought. "It's a big price tag, but in football today it's normal to pay these prices," he explained. "I will not put a lot of pressure on myself because I've done not bad in the past, which the price tag was that high. I'm just trying to focus on my football and try to play my best football here at Chelsea. I love to play football, that's why I'm here and I will try my best." The system and style of the 2020-21 Chelsea has been the subject of much discussion in recent weeks, with Havertz's arrival following the signings of fellow front players Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner in this summer window. After starting from the right on the south coast, with Ruben Loftus-Cheek central and Mason Mount from the left behind striker Werner, Havertz reflected on how his own versatility could be a useful tool for Lampard this term. "It is a common trait for many of our attackers to be comfortable playing in a variety of positions, which should aid the fluidity and flexibility of the team's attacking strategy. I've played in every offensive position for Leverkusen, as a right winger, number 10, number 6, number 8 and sometimes as a striker as well, so for me it's very important to have that flexibility on the pitch and to be creative," Havertz continued. "Those are the things that I like to do. I can play many positions, but for me my best position is as a number 10. Of course, I can play off the right side as well or as a striker, but to be honest I'm just happy to be on the pitch." Chelsea fans will be hopeful that Havertz can strike up a strong relationship with his compatriot Werner, who also made his debut this week, albeit having linked up with his new teammates much earlier in the summer following the conclusion of the Bundesliga season. The pair have played together previously with the German national team, although their time together on the field has been brief, and Havertz is keen to develop a stronger understanding with the striker at Stamford Bridge in the coming weeks and months. "I'm very happy that Timo is here," he added. "I met him first in the national team in Germany and now we are friends, so I think we will have a good German connection in the team now. We haven't played so many games together, just 1 or 2 in the national team and now 1 game for Chelsea, but I'm very excited to play more with him. He's a big friend of mine, and when you have a friend in your team it's always easier to play football. I'm looking forward it and I think we will do well. Thank for watching."